people who have completed their ICA exams and who would want to apply for membership. We run this session to make things easier for you, so you don't keep asking the institute the same questions that could have been answered on this call. So what we are going to do is that we are going to allow Madam Ikuya to give us a brief presentation on what's expected of you as you try to apply for your membership. And then we'll take a few questions here and there, and then we can call it a day. So this session would be for, I think, an hour. So yeah, thank you very much. So I think we can start now.
Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to come once again your way. If it's your first time of meeting me here, hi to you. If it's your second time or whatever time, hello. It's been a while since we last spoke to each other. So, by God's grace, congratulations on your qualification as an ICAG associate. Please don't go and stand anywhere and call yourself a chartered accountant. You are not a chartered accountant. You are an associate until you have attained the 36 months worth experience and you have duly applied for membership and your membership has been processed, approved, inducted, and admitted into membership. That is where you will be allowed to call yourself a chartered accountant. Until then, you are only a qualified accountant. And in the ICAG world, according to the Act of 2020, Act 1058, subsection 14, subsection 3, you are an associate. Okay, so continuing with this session, what I would want us to kindly take note is that I will be sending you your congratulatory mail. The reason why you have not received it is because we are currently working with the portal. The portal is quite tricky. If some of you who finished in July would be honest, we've had about 4 or 5 people having their applications rejected more than 2 times. That should tell you how strict it is. And if you do not adhere to any of the instructions, you will risk having your application rejected. And in the case that unfortunate event that your application gets rejected, please take note. I've had most people come back to me telling me that the application was rejected, but they didn't see the reason. The reason being that as soon as they open and they find that the application has been rejected, when they receive the text message, all that they do is go straight into the application, open the member registration, and then unfortunately, instead of them reading the message given for the reason being why the application has been rejected, they just click on review application. And so they miss the reason why. And they end up coming back to me to find out why it was rejected, which I wouldn't know. Because the moment I key in the reason for a rejection, it leaves my desk and comes straight to you. So I wouldn't have access into it, even if I should go back door. I don't have that access to view because we all operate with data protection. And so whatever comes to you is strictly for your eyes only. Okay, so now let's start with the party. I call this a party because I enjoy this. Actually, my favorite time of the year, where I get to be the reason why you are chartered accountants. I love my job, anyways. So now that you've qualified as accountants, you might be asking yourself, what am I supposed to do? What do I need to know? There are a couple of instructions that will be sent to you. And in the instructions, which I need you to very much take particular attention to, pay attention to every single line of the instruction. Trust me, it is your life support. If you go off it, you're dead. Not literally, but then your application will fall sour. So the first is that we need you to fill your name, your full name with no abbreviations. My name is Ekuya Fakuma Frimpong. I can abbreviate it as AA Frimpong. I can also abbreviate it as Ekuya A Frimpong, which I usually always sign with. But then in this case, you're supposed to give us your full name. The institutes have our own way of representing names. We do first names, middle names, and your surname. So that is how come I introduce myself as Ipia, which is my first name, Afakma as my second name, and Primpong as my third name. I don't have an English name, in case you are wondering. And we require you to upload a valid national ID. Please do not upload a voter's ID. It is not acceptable. It is either a passport or a national ID card. And if you're uploading a national ID, don't just upload the front. Please upload the back as well. Please upload the back as well. The passport picture which will require you to upload onto your portal is supposed to be in a white background with you in a suit and tie, a black or blue black suit and a tie for the gentlemen, and for the ladies, a sports suit. Well, we wouldn't even see if you're wearing skirt or trousers because it's a passport picture. So we require you to please kindly be in an official dress or a suit with a white camisole or vest or a shirt without a tie. If you intend to wear a tie, which I don't even know how you look like, well, that is entirely up to you, but provided we'll be able to identify you as a lady, that is allowed. And then you upload it on your portal because some of the pictures that you uploaded when you were students, to be honest, they leave us in awe all the time when we go into your account to go and verify or amend one information or another. You will see some people's pictures, some are on the beach, others went to other people's weddings, some even have you didn't just see, yeah. But please, we need you to kindly change your picture. And then same picture that you do upload onto the portal, we require you to save it in JPG format, that is JPEG format, and save it with your full name as would appear on your certificate and your place of work. That is if you are working. It is very important because if that picture is what we use in the photo gallery during your graduation, in the brochure, that will be given to you on that day. So in case you did not adhere to this and you just give us your passport picture with just your name, now, offense, now I how we need to celebrate you. We need to recognize your efforts because it's not easy passing ICAG exams. So let us know who you are and celebrate you as such. After you've done all this, kindly send a picture to admissionsupport@icagh.com. This, what I'm telling you, is all in the instructions that will be sent to you. Now, when you are filling the application, it is in stages. I wish I could have shown you how it looks like, but unfortunately, because of data protection, I cannot do so. But I'm just going to give you a pictorial view, so just close your eyes and walk through this journey with me. Try and be imaginative. So you have the opportunity to give us your personal details, which includes your full name, your gender, your email address, your date of birth, your country of birth, the region you're located in, your phone number, your postal address, your digital address. Kindly please give us that. You don't know when we might be paying you that surprise visit. And then your location, where that digital address is located, and the city you find yourself in, and the closest landmark to where you're located. And if you have any criminal record, do not be afraid. Let's be honest about it. I am yet to see somebody to write criminal record. Yes. Everybody says no. Meanwhile, they are forgotten that day when they banged somebody's car or hit somebody from the behind or got arrested for one felony or whatever was arrested for. And then your year of completion, and in your case, it's November 2023. So then you come to education section, and the education section, for those who have completed July 2023, you do not have to worry about it because you don't have your final exam certificate. But in case anyone is on this call who has already completed their exam, say in from March 2023 below, March 2023 and previous years like December 2022, August 2022, and April 2022, you are required as per the regulations to upload a copy of your final exam certificate. It is part of the requirements. And then you kindly provide us with all university or whichever certificate you do have attained. If you did use that to apply for exemptions while coming on board as an ICG student, it is a must that you should upload all of them onto the portal. Then we come to employment. And this is the part where most of the drama starts from. Somebody expects us to take his CV and leave his employment history because we can find everything in his CV. But then what we need you to understand is that we require you to give us your employment details. They serve as a checklist when we're going through your CV. And so I would also want to sound a word of caution to everyone on this call that if you're giving us your CV and you're providing your work history, make sure that you do due diligence and by verifying and checking against the information that you're providing for us. Unfortunately for you, this is a digital world where everything is verifiable. And so whatever you provided on your CV and you've given us as part of your employment history can and will be checked against your current workplace. We've placed certain calls to certain supervisors to verify if indeed you did work there. I'm not talking about you, but those whose applications have been worked on already. So do not think that you're just providing us with just any information. Make sure that whatever you're providing us is legit. Because falsifying information and sending it to us has very dire and severe consequences, of which honestly I do not wish to be a part of that committee because that would be detrimental to your professional career. And you might even end up losing all that time you spent in writing and qualifying as an ICHU student. After you have provided us with your work history, some of you might have worked for more than 36 months. Others too might currently be working for less than 36 months, but have worked in previous places. Cumulatively, for you to qualify as an ICG member, you should have worked for 36 months and above. So in the event that your current place, you've only worked for like say 6 months, but then you've worked at previous places for more years, which could add up to gain you the qualifying months. Please provide us with all of that. Someone also asked, okay, so I did my national service. National service internship contracts are all accepted. The only unacceptable one is part-time. And by part-time, I mean someone might also be working in the public service, which is more in most cases, that is the constant things that we find, but might also want to end up in private practice. So they tend to take private work, part-time work with some of the audit firms. It is not accepted. You cannot gain that experience and want to add that in future also wanting to come in and then use that experience to apply for taxes license. It doesn't work that way. You will not be granted that. And so part-time work experience is not accepted. In the event that you're also working in full-time and then you're working elsewhere during the same time period, definitely we will give precedence to the work which pays you your SNIT and your PAYE. Also, we require you to give us an updated CV. So make sure that your CV that you're providing us is up to date. Now we come to the referee section. Even during the employment section, you might be asked to make one of your referees your primary referee. And you can also have the opportunity to upload your reference form. The reference form will be sent to you when you receive the congratulatory message. So you can upload the reference form at the employment section, but it is a must. And since we are imagining, please, in your eye, in your mind's eye, kindly bolding must and underline it. It is a must for you to upload the reference forms for each referee. for each referee. And you are required to provide 2 referees. Now, this is where most students, oh, sorry, pardon me, please forgive me. You are no longer students. Most associates come at me with various buffet of questions. First question. So I have worked in an organization for less than 36 months. My current supervisor has resigned and is working at a different place. My former supervisor has resigned and is working in a different place. Can he give me a reference? Yes, he can give you a reference. So he can give you a reference by stating the succession for relationship to the applicant, by stating that it's your former supervisor, and he should sign and stamp. And in this case, I'm saying that signing and stamping, most referees are guilty of that. They sign and they don't stamp. Some of them will come up with the excuse that they don't have access to a stamp, and that they did not work with you at their current place, and so they cannot use the current place's stamp. That shouldn't be a problem because he is given in his capacity as your former referee. That's where he currently is. So he owes you that duty of care to kindly sign and stamp using his current workplace. It authenticates the documents that he is given to us and makes verification also easier on our part. Secondly, so I have worked in 3 organizations, and unfortunately, it's a few organizations that give me the 36 months. Should I provide referees from all of these places? Yes. You are required to provide referees from all of those places. And by referees, I mean people that you have worked with and have supervised your work. Those people that you have worked with and have supervised your work. And so it is a requisite that they should be in senior most position. Notwithstanding, I mean to say that whoever is your referee should not be a subordinate. They do not qualify. Subordinates do not qualify in this. Your peers do not qualify. Those that you're in the same positional category or rank with do not qualify to give you references. Your relative, and by relative I mean blood relations, do not qualify to give you references. Like your father, your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, your fiance, your boyfriend. Well, that one we wouldn't know, but still, their objectivity will always be questionable when giving you a reference. And so we do not accept references from blood relations or anyone you have a personal relation with. Also, another question that we usually come with is that so my referee, especially from some of the accounting firms who are, I would say, orthodox, orthodox in the sense, I'm using it sparingly. We've got incidences where some referees say they do not subscribe to us giving them the forms to fill. In fact, they'd rather want to issue us with the reference letters. Ideally, we only accept the reference forms, not the letters. And so if a referee would be difficult and still would insist on giving us a reference letters, he should pick the reference form and make sure that whatever he's giving us conforms to all the spaces provided to be filled by the referee. It is very important. And that reference letter that the person will be given should be on a letterhead and duly signed by the referee. In the event that the person does not have a letterhead, he should sign and stamp it. The stamp also authenticates the document. You are required to provide us with 2 referees. It could be 2 or more. More in the sense that probably you worked at different places, of which cumulatively will give you 36 and above, 36 months and above. And as such, you are required to provide us with all of those people. That's the references from those places. So, and all of them too must have corresponding reference forms uploaded for each of them. And each reference form is also required to come with your work schedule whilst you were being supervised by that person. It is very important and very key for you getting through this journey of membership application. It is seamless, it is fun. Some of the fields have been made mandatory, and so ensure that wherever you see a red star, make sure you provide the information that is required there. Until you provide that and you fill it accordingly, you and I might have a problem. But if you want to be happy and make us all happy and the process very easy, kindly fill everything accordingly. So I would like to bring to a close a brief summary of what to expect. And I'd rather I hear from you the various questions which you might have to ask me. So I leave the floor to you, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So there are two ways we are going to do this. So if anyone has a question, you can raise your hand. We'll give you access to speak, or you can drop your question in the chat or the Q&A, and I'll read that. Opoku Richard, you can go ahead and ask your question if you're ready.
Thank you, sir. Madam Akuya, thank you so much for the presentation.
You're welcome.
All right. May I know? I think I have two-folded question. Number one has to do with if you are a self-employed person and this is what you have been doing for some time, aside national service that you enrolled with, yes. How do you go by this? How do you apply for the CA
You can
qualification?
apply. You can include. You can put your information there. Your supervisor will practically be yourself. But in this case, I believe even though you are self-employed, you do have auditors.
Yeah.
Good. So that you can put your auditor's name there because in case you're looking for references, in your case, as you have duly said, it means your referees would be your supervisor from where you were doing your national service and the auditor of your firm.
Okay. Now, the other thing also has to do with must the qualification, the 36-month experience, be based on practice relating to accountancy or any job done still qualify you as experienced person?
No. So in the requirements, when you're giving your references, we expect you to be assessed in accounting, auditing, taxation, and ICT. And so you should have worked in any of these. Outside of it, I'm not sure would get you in.
So the graduation, can a person still go through, apply
Yes,
as
you can
so
graduate.
everything later come back to
Of
fulfill
course.
the requirement?
Yes. So all of you qualify for graduation, irrespective of wherever you find yourself. You could even be a midwife and still come and graduate. But then if you do not or have not attained the experience in accounting, auditing, taxation, and ICT, that would be a bit tricky to get you in as an ICT member.
I hope it will not go with extra charge when you delay your application, right?
Ensure you will pay the fee prevailing at the time of your application. And currently yours is 5,140.
Do you have any grace period for that?
Grace period for what exactly?
For subscription, for instance, postponing your membership application?
There's nothing like that. You come in as and when you're ready. And you'll be able to. So we make it flexible that you can graduate. And for reasons best known to you, when you are ready, you can come and apply for membership. But what I also need to let you know here is that your subscription as an associate falls due on the 1st of January every year. So this year you'll be graduating next year, hopefully. So your subscription will be due next year. Next 2 years, you'll be paying the subscription again, and preceding years, same. So if you pay your associate fees, you're good to go.
I think I should have given way for other people to join in, but you dropped something I want a follow-up, please. Forgive me.
Okay, so I think Richard, I'll give you the chance to ask one more question because
Yes, sir.
I have a lot of hands up. So I'll just please go ahead.
I'm grateful, sir.
Okay.
Madam, does it mean if one delay the membership application, he had to continually be paying, is it studentship subscription or what kind of
No,
subscription?
associate subscription.
Subscription.
Student subscription is different. Associates pay subscription. Full members pay subscription. And then fellows also pay subscription. Even ATWA, they also pay subscription. So the associate subscription for this year is 750. Next year it's 825. So you will still be paying the prevailing rates as and when each year falls due.
All right, let me give way for another person.
Yeah. All right, thank you. So I think I'll just read two of the Q&As. They kind of relate. So one of them is, can we have all referees in the same organization? And then the second
Yes,
one
you
is,
can.
must a referee be a
Mhm.
qualified chartered accountant? So maybe if you can just pick those two questions for me.
Okay, so then if you can have both referees in the same organization, yes, that is if you have attained all your 36 months and above experience in that organization. But then we always insist that one of them has to be an ICAG member. It is a must. So you can have the two referees coming in from the same organization, but then one of them has to be an ICAG member in good standing. Emphasis on in good standing. So that is why we have the members in good standing list published in the dailies and also on our website. The updated one is on our website. So before you choose anybody as your referee, please go onto the website, go under membership, go under downloads, and look for the members in good standing list and make sure that whoever you're providing for us is in good standing. Because if you don't, it will be rejected. And also, in case you do not have a chartered accountant that's an ICAG member in your organization, you do have auditors, and those audit firms always have ICAG members as partners or maybe as managers or senior managers or whatever role they have there. So you can call on your auditors to also be part of your referees.
All right, thank you. Agatha, Isuman, Arthur, you can unmute and then ask your question. Agatha. If Agatha is not ready, I think Buzia can go ahead and ask his question.
Hello, Madam. Good
Yes.
evening.
Yep. Good evening.
Yeah. So I would like to come back to the referees. I want to get it clear once and for all. If let's say I've been in this organization for say 4 to 5 years, and by so doing, the referees, as you earlier indicated, they are supposed to be two. So it means that in this instance, I have to get the two referees for this particular organization.
Yes.
And one has to be a chartered accountant.
An ICAG member, not just a chartered accountant, an
ICAG
ICAG
member,
member
yeah.
in good standing.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. Then I think I have one question from the Q&A, which I'll read. What if your experience is from preparing church accounts?
Underlining word accounts.
So if you can be able to prove that you can prepare church accounts,
We've
then
got people from the Church of Pentecost. They get a lot of members coming from there. And what do? They prepare the accounts for the Church of Pentecost.
Okay.
And it's still bookkeeping. I've been a church treasurer before, so yes, we do that. So
Okay.
it's duly accepted.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me read another one. Good evening, madam. Please, what is the background for passport size picture?
White.
Okay, so white. Then another one. I qualified in July put in my application but was rejected due to birth certificate. I have attached it but have not received any response yet.
Okay, we do not accept birth certificates. We want identification. Birth certificates are not accepted. Please put in your Ghana card or your passport.
Okay. Please, with my full name, I registered with my first name and surname. So that's what is on ICAG ID card. However, my national ID has all my other names. So in filling the form, which of my names am I supposed to use?
This is where we always have a lot of problems developing along our career path. This is your name, and this is the name that I use in all my documents. Why must it be different? From when I was in class 1 to date, I have never changed my name on any of my ID cards in wherever I find myself. It is a clear Afrakoma simple. So in the event that you have a certain name on this document and another set of names with some missing on another document, you just create a lot of problems for yourself. Because in this instance, in the event that you apply for membership, whatever name that is on the portal is what we are going to use. That is what I should let everybody know here. Whatever name you have on the portal is the name that will be used for you. Unless you give me a gazette, an affidavit, and a gazette, because I don't know how you came to add more names to your name without it being legalized. You should be able to provide a gazette. If not, then the name that you're using on your Ghana card is illegal because you just can't go about adding names to your name. So please, whoever this is, kindly go and gazette those additional names that you have added to your name and let me have it. I think that one should take about like 2 weeks. I hope you are even lucky that I'm able, because I'm going to print your certificates. By Friday, I would have printed your final exam certificates. As for the July people there, I've already printed it. It's almost done. They are almost done signing them. So please, whoever this is, go and gazette your name before we finish with the membership application, because that is where I'll be able to log into the system and change your name. For the final exam there, you'll get it with the name that you registered as a student. But with the membership, at least in the affidavit, you state that all names bearing your former name, all certificates bearing your former name are still valid. So you can at least go along your career with all of that. But please, this is a word of caution to everyone on this call. You can't be going about adding names to your name that you have not legally gazetted them. Especially to my married ladies here, swearing an affidavit alone does not add your husband's name to your name legally. You have to have it gazetted. If not, please keep your maiden name. After all, when you're writing the ICA exams, your husband didn't come and write some for you. So I don't see the reason why his name should appear on your certificate. Well, that's just by the ladies.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for that. So I'll just read one Q&A and then give another person the chance to ask a question. Will an accounting teacher in SHS qualify for membership?
Yeah, of course. You teach accounting, just as lecturers do also qualify. So yes.
Okay. All right. Theresa Che, if you can please ask your question.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. I think my question has partially been answered. It's about the change of name. My maiden name is what I used to register for the exams, but at work I've changed it to my husband's name. So I wanted to find out, since I've changed it at work with the referees, will it be a problem if they use my current name because I'm now not using my maiden name? Will it be okay if they still use my maiden name, or they should use the one I've changed to?
The one that you've changed, as I indicated earlier, do you have a gazette to prove it?
Yes, I've gazetted it.
You've gazetted it. When did you
Yes.
do that?
Oh, that's around 2020.
Why didn't you update your student data?
Yeah. Actually, I don't really have a reason for not changing it.
Are you in Accra?
Yeah, I'm in Accra.
Is it possible to come by the office tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm currently in Ada. I'll be coming back on Friday, so I can do that on Friday.
No, you don't even worry about it. Please scan the Gazette and then send it to us via email. My email
Okay.
address. I'm the one who sent that one to you. And then what I need you to do is add a letter to it
Okay.
indicating that you would want your name, because if you have done this, then that means I have to go into the system and have your name changed. And
Okay.
then we proceed with what it is then. At least it's in time for the final exam certificate printing. So
Okay.
please have it done tonight. That is if you have the soft. So that I
Okay.
can at least work on it first thing tomorrow morning before my day
Okay.
gets crazy.
Okay. So please, is it possible that we maintain the name that I use for registration, the maiden name, without changing it?
If you're giving me the Gazette and sending me the mail, that means you want to change it.
Okay. So if I don't submit the Gazette, then we can go ahead with the one I used to register.
That is going to prove a problem for you because you've already changed your name in your office. And so if in
Office.
case you come back and you send them the certificate with your maiden name, telling them that your current certificate given to you by ICAG bears your former name, meanwhile they know you by a different name, it just
Okay.
complicates your life.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank
you,
you so much.
Teresa.
You
No
know,
problem. Ambrose, you can ask your
Yes,
question, please.
I want to ask. I've worked in a company before, for like 2 years before my current company, but yes, still I'm still in contract with them. I handle like their account, I prepare their financial statement and everything. So in the reference, can I use the auditors of and then the manager, the managing director of that company I'm in contract with
I
that
need to
I do?
understand your question very well. Do you currently work with, you first worked full time with them?
Yes. Then later I went to another company, but still, the man said he needs my service, so we signed a
That is part
contract.
time. It is not accepted. You can only use the period that you work full time with them.
I can only use but I still. What about the audit? Because I prepare the financial statement, I do everything with them,
It doesn't matter.
and
You worked with them during a certain
mhm,
period and you left
yeah,
and you were with a different place, right?
yes. Then we signed a
When,
contract that okay,
listen, I'm building a
uh,
point here.
okay,
You worked with them for a certain period, you left, you are with a
okay,
different place. You are not in their
okay,
full employ again. You are only doing a contractual part-time service whilst in full-time employment in a different place. So you
okay,
can only use the work experience gathered during when you were in full-time work with them and the current place where you are in full-time period. But you cannot use their the contract. That's a part-time. And also, in case you are, I guess where you are going with what you asked me, what you need to do is that contact their auditors during the time that you were with them full time to give you the work, what do you call it? To give you the reference.
okay. So, but the current company that I work with, if I don't use their auditors because it's difficult uh, to get them. I think I have a friend who qualified. He's trying to use the current company I work with. He's trying to use them. The man was like, they should wait till next year. He needs to like he's just delaying the whole process. So he doesn't want to sign it. So I felt using my I've already worked with my previous company and then the previous auditors. I always every day, every year I prepare the financial statement for them and I do everything for them. But the
You are
current company,
required,
pardon?
I guess what you're saying, you are required
Mhm.
to give us 2 referees.
Okay.
You can give us a reference from your current workplace and another
Okay.
reference from your previous workplace.
That's fine. So given the previous auditors, my previous workplace auditors, and then somebody who is not a qualified, who is not a member from my current workplace is fine, right?
Yes.
All right, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Ambrose. I think the next person, Annie, you can please ask your question.
Yeah, good evening. Please, can you speak on the ATA again, especially for the ladies? Because I think my network was messing up at that
No,
particular
don't worry
point, so
about
I
it.
couldn't.
It would be in the instructions when you see it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Shahadu Idrisu. Sorry for butchering your name, but Shahadu Idrisu, you can please ask your question. If Shahadu is not ready, Michael Ohini Apia, you can ask your question. Michael Ohini Apia. Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, sorry, I'm guys.
Michael, it's very difficult to hear you. I think you need to position yourself well and then speak. Ikuya, you can ask your question. Ikuya, not not you. There's another Ikuya on the call.
Hello, good evening, Ikea. Madam
Mm.
Ikea. Okay, so
Ikuya,
mine
Ikuya,
is
okay.
so I completed. I'm part of the July 2023 batch that completed, and then I applied for membership, and then my membership was approved. However, there's a job opportunity that I've seen that I want to apply, but in the requirements they stated that you should be a chartered accountant with membership. So I wanted to find out, is there a way, or do I have to write a letter to ICAG to give me something to cover since I'm waiting for my graduation now currently?
Yeah. Yes, you can write to us, but that will be given to you based on if you have made payment.
Okay. So the last email you sent, you said we should hold on for the payment of the membership
The
fees. Or now
billing,
can we go ahead?
the billing has started, so you can check your portal if it's there. I'm waiting for the final batch to be done before I'll send, because
The
I don't want
email.
a situation. Yes, I don't want a situation where I would send and then you go and you wouldn't find anything there to pay.
Okay. So currently
Yes.
when I check this, I think it's 5,020 Ghana cedis. So it's okay to go ahead to pay.
What's the breakdown?
So the it's not showing any breakdown because we paid the 2,000 for the graduation fee and then it was 6,000. Now it has changed to 5,020, but there's no breakdown. It's just the amount that is there.
If you paid 2,000 already, you
Yes.
should be paying 3,120. Sorry, 140.
3,000.
3,140.
3,140.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So currently
So
what is there is 5,020, but with no breakdown.
if it's possible, you can bring in a letter tomorrow and then you can see finance for rectification.
Okay then. Okay then. Thank you very much, Ikea.
You're welcome.
I
Okay
think
then.
on that point, I think there's another question like that. Please, I graduated in July. I have applied for membership, and at the initial stage, my colleagues and I paid 2,000 Ghana cedis. Afterwards, an additional bill has been served. Whilst others are paying 2,550, I have been served a bill of 5,020 Ghana cedis after the initial payment of 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay, that is an entirely finance thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, the finance, that's the billing. That is how come I was asking like what the breakdown is.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really be able to talk to that issue without consulting finance to know what it is.
Okay.
So if I will be able to give any concrete response with regards to that, unless I consult finance. So definitely when I do send the mail, when they indicate to me that they completed with the billing, I would then put in the mail what you need to know and do in case you find any of these bills there.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Then I have a question. If your ex-supervisor is on pension now and cannot have a stamp, what do you do?
He's your ex for a reason, so find the current. If it's on, so your ex, yeah, I'm begging you, current, please find the current person because the stamp is very important.
Yeah.
And somebody has indicated something here, which I also noticed and have informed IT,
Okay.
but there's nothing to worry about, especially when it comes to the transposition of your names.
Yeah.
Because you can see that your surname has now become your other name, and then your other name is not your surname. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. It doesn't warrant anything.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Let me just read. Some of us qualified in July and submitted for membership and have still not received any feedback on our status till date. Wow.
That
Or
is
there's
not true. We've currently finished from our parts, we've sent everything. But if you go into your portal and it's telling you that your application is being reviewed, please be patient. The people who review that is the admissions committee members. They are not staff of the institute. So we do not control their timelines. We only tell them this is available in the street. Kindly work on them for us. So please just hold on for us. Currently, I don't have any pending at my end.
Yeah.
But then at the admissions committee levels and at the approval stage, some people are at the approval stage. Just fingers crossed, latest by the end of this month, we'll be able to smoothness level.
Okay. All right. I think this one is a repeating question, so I'll just ask: what if you are a credit analyst in a financial institution? Can you still apply for membership?
Yeah. At least there's everything credits in accounting.
Okay. There's another one here. Please, I work in a school as the accountant. Can I use the headmaster as the referee?
Yes. And an auditor
Okay.
from the audit service because all schools are audited.
Okay. Please, can an ACCA member reference you?
He can reference you. That is if you also have an ICG member giving you another.
Okay. I think I'll go back to the people who have their hands raised. Emily, Johnny, you can please go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening.
Good evening, Emily.
Yes, please. Let me take you back a bit about the names. So I just checked on the portal and I realized that I didn't add my middle name. But then last year I applied for a transcript and then my middle name was attached. So I don't know if I should bring an affidavit or something. Because I want my middle name on the certificate.
Okay. You said you applied for transcripts and your name
Last
appeared.
year. My middle name appeared, but when I'm checking on the portal, on the profile side, my middle name is not there. But the one I applied for transcripts last year, I realized that my
Wait,
middle
let
name was...
me. You filled a form
Yes.
when applying for the transcripts, right?
Yes, yes,
And you indicated your name with the middle name.
yes.
That is the reason why you did see that there. But then on the portal, it doesn't work like that. What's your student number?
Me,
Yes.
2348 234807.
234-807. Yes. Let me just quickly check something.
Okay.
You asked for your student number. You said me. Oh, not you.
So you're Emily Johnny.
Yes, but I want my middle name on the certificate.
What's your
But I have
middle
an
name?
affidavit. Can I bring it?
What is your middle name?
Nade.
How do you spell it, Nadi?
NAA-DEI.
You would have to bring that.
Okay, I'll do that. So can I send it via your mail or I have to come there?
Send it to me by
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you, Emily. Emmanuel Kabla, I've given you access to speak, so please ask your question.
Good evening, Madam Rukia. This is about email issue. Let's say when you are registering for the ICAG, you use a mail that is not active now. So maybe any information that ICAG sent, maybe the person hasn't received it. Can there be a change where the person will provide an active email now?
Well, now you are the second person bringing me this wahala today. There's one gentleman. He did his application, and unfortunately, he said the email address that he did use in creating the student account on the portal was different from the ones that we sent to the mail with. So are you telling me that you did not receive the communique I sent for you people to fill?
I didn't receive that.
This is purely an IT thing. What is your student number?
267-424.
Emmanuel Kabila. And what is the email address?
The
What?
current one.
Okay. So now, now with everybody on this phone, I beg you in the name of God, you have your personal identity besides any other thing you find yourself in, whether in school or whether at work. I get some people giving me their work emails. Some organizations have very strong firewalls that they
Yeah.
think even the slightest thing is a spam or
Yeah.
is a threat. And so they will block the emails coming in. That doesn't help us because ICAG is a public domain name and we get a lot of viral attacks. But then we have a very strong firewall. But some organizations see our email as, I don't know, virus credit is a virus when you penny, then that's our own. And so they don't receive us. Yes. You have University of Ghana as your email. But
Yeah.
it's unacceptable. That was when you were in school.
Yeah.
You have left the place. Why do you still go with them? And no PUG for empower. Wow. So what is your email address? Okay, and
The
or you
correct
don't
one.
mind people hearing your email address.
Oh, me, I don't mind. I don't mind.
Everybody, please send him a shout out on his email, right? Okay, I'm listening.
Ima Kwabla6@gmail.com.
Kwabla with an H.
Yes, @gmail.com.
Let's see.
Yeah. And the last question.
Which is, but you did you fill the Google form?
The Google form. Yes, I filled it.
The
Okay,
last
you am
question,
done.
I'm listening.
I'm done. I'm done for now.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Emmanuel. There's another Emmanuel who has raised hand. Emmanuel.
Yes. Yeah. Hello. Thank you.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your surname?
Sorry.
How do you pronounce your surname? Is it Emmanuel Gbogr or is it
Ball.
No, it's his name. So please pronounce it.
It is Ball.
Ball.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
Does that have a meaning?
Okay. So basically, I think I have one question.
Okay.
It's got to do with the Google form. I received one email from Madam and it couldn't open up, but I think I got a link from a different platform, I think from the Alumni platform, and I was able to fill, but I'm not able to confirm whether it's been accepted or not. So if Madam can confirm that.
So I think with the Google Forms, once you've gone ahead to fill and submit, and you can see that it has been submitted, that's confirmation. Yeah, that's the confirmation.
So I'm saying
right?
Yes, please.
It came through.
It came through. Okay. All right, then that's good to hear. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel. Adnan Abubakar, you can please ask your question. Adnan Abubakar. If Adnan is not ready, Elinda.
Yeah. Hello. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, Adnan. Yes. Please, I want to find out. My position is credit. I'm in the credit department of my organization. So I would like to find out if I qualify to apply for the membership.
Yes, you
That's
do.
my question.
Yes, you do. I think we just answered that question. So yes,
Thank
you do.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Bless.
Okay. Elindi Bonsu. If you are speaking, can't hear you. Martin Nate, you can please unmute and speak.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. I think when Madam was speaking, she said that for the referee, the person must be an ICA member in good standing. So what if your boss is an ACCA member, but has not subscribed to ICA membership? Would that want to be accepted? Is it qualified to be a referee?
You're required to provide 2 referees. At least one of them has to be an ICAG member. So your boss can be one, and then you find us one who is also an ICAG member.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
All right. Elindi, let's see if you can speak now.
I think it's the same question I wanted to ask.
Okay.
I work at the district assembly as a budget analyst. With the referee, I learned I'm one ICAG member. And what if I don't want to use my immediate boss as the other referee? Is there possibility I can use another person?
The requirement is that the person who has supervised you should be your referee. So you can't use any other person.
All right.
Right? Do you have a problem with him?
Same question I was about. Or you don't want to?
For how long do you have to work with the person for you to use the person as your referee?
More than 6 months.
Oh, okay. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you. Robert Nabija.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, Madam Akia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the July batch, and I still see 6,220 for payment. I mean the bill. I haven't paid the initial 2,000. Should I take any action or wait for the correction to be done, please? Thank you.
The correction is still on its way being done, but the problem that most of the July people are having is because after I had sent the Google form for them to fill in order to be migrated onto the associate portal, some people will fill. They're already on associates. Then they will fill again. And the system doesn't know that you're already there. And immediately we click on process. You are billed 2,000. So you can have somebody even obi copy or your bed said 3 or 4 times. So such person or the cabinet says 6,000 dada. Asana the beba saba beka home. And when it happens like that, finance will now have to go and manually go into the system and be doing the normal journal ledgers, debit and credit, which is a lot of work for us because we're already handling over 10,000 members and over almost like 30,000 students. Obiance to one how. So please, that is the reason why we need you to pay attention and read instructions. Because the moment you skip and you do whatever you like, it is extra work for the person with limited time. Right, so we beg you. So for your case, kindly contact finance for them to help resolve. You can call our main line and it will be transferred to the finance department for resolution.
Okay. It's 6:30 now. I don't know if Madam, I don't know if you have some few minutes to spare. I think we have a couple of hands up so that we can take. I don't know if. Okay. All right.
5 minutes more.
Okay, let's do some 5 minutes more. James Isilfi, please, we have very limited time, so let's keep it brief and let's not repeat questions that have already been answered. James Isilfi, please ask your question. If James is not ready, Frida, you can ask your question.
Okay, hi, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, James is here.
James,
Okay.
kindly Frida, go ahead. Yes, Frida, go ahead.
Okay, so please, I didn't receive the form, the Google form through my email. First, I saw it on the alumni page, so I filled it. So later on, I saw that I've received the email in my junk. Then I filled it again. Would there be a problem?
Yes, duplication. I saw that somebody's own had been filled. We have filled better 4 times. Your junk or your spam is part of your email. When you go to work or wherever you find yourself, please check all your inboxes, whether spam or your junk or your main mail. Because one day you might miss out on a very big opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please, my last question. When I was filling the form, I changed my email. So the email on the form is different from the one that is on the portal. I hope there's no problem.
There is a problem because what is on the portal is what I will use.
What is it?
When
Okay.
I'm generating a mail, when I'm generating any information, what I have on the portal is what will come to me.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. James, you can ask your question.
Hey.
Yeah. James is here. I also have a problem with the middle name thing. I have a middle name, but with ICA I don't have it. I didn't register with my middle name. So
Why?
Yeah, I'm sure that was way back 2010, and I thought it wasn't going to be a problem, but I think that it is going to be a problem. So I have done the gazetting. I did a gazetting. Let me see the 23rd day of June 2022. I did that, and so I have the gazette here with me, and I would like the middle name to appear. I have a middle name, Jewel. So it's now
send it
James.
to me. What's the
Oh,
number?
okay. 22 12 88. 22 12 88. It will read James Esuvi, but
No, that
there's
is what
actually
you
a
actually
middle.
filled when you were doing the Google form. Are you cool?
So in the Google form, I introduced the middle name there, and then I called the ICA officer in Kumasi. Then she told me that it's not a problem. Once I have the what is it called, the gazetting, when I'm about to do the membership proper, I can show the gazetting and it will be inserted for me. I have the gazetting here with me now, and so I'm going to send it through the mails, and then you work on it for me. I beg you, sir.
Madam.
It's Madam, not Sir James.
That's why.
Oh, sorry, madam. I can hear a male, I can hear a female. I'm even confused who to address. But Ikea, that is my problem. Ikea, I have a middle name, but fortunately, I have gazetted the middle name. You know, it started when I wasn't seeing the middle name on my page.
Agnes, you can ask your question, please.
Yes, it's not a question. I'm only suggesting that if this thing has been recorded, if it could be put on the platform for us to listen to it again.
Sure, let me share for you to
Thank you.
Emmanuel Kutu Echampon. I hope it's not the Emmanuel Kutu Echampon. Hi, Emmanuel Kutu Echampon. Please ask your question. Hi, Emmanuel. If Emmanuel is not ready, we can take Stephen. After Stephen, we'll take one last person, and then that will be the end of it.
Okay. Hello.
Stephen.
Hello. Yes. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. So all said and done, my network went off briefly. When I don't know whether this question has been answered already. When would the graduation be done? That's my question.
When or where?
When?
10th February.
10th February. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So last question, Maud. Maud, you can ask your question.
Hello, Madam Mekia. I'm sorry, my internet has also been poor. I don't know if you've also answered this. You're talking about the names, the fact that the one on your Ghana card and then the one on your ICAG cards are different. What if the one on the ICAG card is what I actually want? I don't care for the extra one on the Ghana card. Does that mean I have to go and do the gazette and all that?
Yes.
Wow.
Because if you're giving us something which is on your Ghana card, it should tally with every document that you do have. Is that what you have on your certificates? The one on your Ghana card?
No, I have how do you call it? I don't have the AKU. I don't have the AKU on it.
Why did you put the AKU on it in the first place?
I don't even know.
Yeah, you have to present evidence to that effect.
Okay.
And
Okay.
write accordingly so that it can be filed. And when you are applying for membership, you upload it as part of your identification.
Okay. Okay. Well noted. Thank you.
So I think I'll just read one of the Q&As here. I completed the exam in November, got a new job in November. My previous boss also got a new job, and I worked under him for 8 years. The new boss at my former place I worked under for a year. Please, which of them should I use as a referee? Because the one I worked longer with is no longer with the institution I left.
I said this during our earlier parts where, in case your referee has resigned, you can still go to the person for reference, but then he should fill it with his current place and stamp and sign it with the current stamp of where he's working.
Okay. All right. So I think that's just about, I think we still have more questions here, but I think most of them has already been answered. So yeah. Thank you very much, Madam. I don't know if you have any final words you want to say before we wrap up.
Yeah, I have a few that I'd like to say. When you receive the congratulation mail, which will be sent to you before close of week, please read the instructions very carefully and read everything that you were given very carefully, dito, because strategic case study crampono, you have learned and you have passed it. None our small love letter that we send you. We are very particular about that. And also, please, under no circumstances should you give me any reason to reject your application, because it's heartbreaking and it's a lot of work for us. When you have to reject an application and then the person reapplies, it's rejected, reapplies, the back and forth is very uncomfortable. Some of the fields have been made mandatory. Ensure that you fill all of them before you click on submit. And I would also like you to know that sometimes you might click on review your application, like when you've done filling everything and you need to confirm your application, you might not see anything there. Don't worry. It's not that whatever you filled has been rubbished or deleted. Just click on submit. It would come. If there's any issue, you will be duly contacted. Congratulations in becoming an associate of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana. You're very fortunate. You stand to gain a lot. Somebody in a Q&A was asking what the benefits are. If I'm to tell you benefits now, it will blow your mind. So you let me keep your head intact for now. You'll find out a lot about us later on. But please, on Friday, you see, this is our 60th anniversary. On Friday, we are crowning off with an accountant in praise. It's a wonderful event, and I'm inviting every one of you on this platform to the International Conference Center from 3 p.m. We start sitting. Please come. Let's gel. Let's network. That is one of the key words of becoming a CA. Networking. You could be getting your next job. You could be getting your next business partner. You could be getting a whole lot through networking. So please come, meet your seniors, fraternize, get to know the profession a bit. But most importantly, you are now no longer an ordinary person. After induction, of which you learn a lot about us. I'm not scaring you, but I just want you to know that you have now lost your identity as a student where you could get away with anything minus exam malfeasance. But the next thing that you are getting yourself into, this is serious business. We don't give excuses. Neither do we take any. And so we do not expect you to give us any excuse to let us kick you out of the profession that you've worked hard for. Prove your worth. Shine brightest. And the sky is just a stepping stone for you. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you very much. And thank you for making time to take us through this. So thank you everyone for joining. And then till we meet again, it's bye for now. Bye.